Okay, quick Hooptie Murray progress report. As you can see, engine is in, exhaust is on. I had to change the starter, the one that was on it. The gear disintegrated, put another gear on the same starter. It ended up snapping in half. So that's the starter off of the blown engine. Needless to say, it runs. I had it running for a little bit on ether. I don't normally like using ether, but that's all I pretty much had. And it actually sounded pretty good. As you can see, there's still no carburetor or anything like that on that side. Only reason why I put the exhaust on, just to help keep it quiet, and didn't really want any other back pressure, keep everything going good. That starter is a bit on the crunchy side, so that starter might get swapped out to the one that was originally on here. I'll just have to swap everything over. I think it was my fault when I put the clip back on, this guy right up here, back on the other starter. I may have hit the actual gear with the hammer and cracked the gear. I don't really know. They're a pain in the butt. They're at least they are better than a roll pin, but a roll pin, less likely of chance of snapping your gear. But anyways, it will run. I got a newspaper underneath it. It is dripping oil off of it still. So whenever I got this engine, I did fill it with oil, since it had been sitting without a carburetor for quite some time. The exhaust was still on it, but the whole bottom half of the muffler was rotted off. So who knows how much moisture got up into the engine. Also, whenever I got it, I did check out the valves. Valves did look good. And the compression has actually came back up on this engine as well, even though it only ran for maybe 5 seconds. So as you can see, the dash is gone. All the wiring's out of it at the moment, but as you can see, that is still intact. Everything in the back is still on here. The battery box is the only thing I took out. So I'll be able to put the new harness in through this hole right here, run it to the back, bolt the dash back into place. The bolts for the dash are sitting here as well. That's the pulley off the parts tractor as well. I'll be using everything from the Poulon, obviously except for the steering. I saved the bushing that goes here. I'll be going back in with the steering wheel that was probably on this machine, and we'll get it up and back up and running. I do have a top cover for it right in here because I didn't receive that from the guy I got the engine from. So really, this engine will hopefully run as long as it doesn't start knocking. I paid for this one and I got the Kohler for free. That's how I'm going to look at it. Like I said, I don't like those Kohlers, and I'd rather put a Briggs & Stratton in this. And this is also a plug and play. The harness that's going in here is also the plug and play harness as well. And it does have a few more features than this one did not have, and it's lacking one feature this one has. So it's not too big of a deal. So there we go. Really the hardest part with doing this entire job is these arms right here, getting them off. That's the absolute hardest part, reaching in there and trying to get that clip off. Other than that, everything comes out relatively easy on these. I think you could actually unbolt it from the bottom if you really wanted to, but it's just easier to undo the clips from the top, work at it. The solenoid side's the hard side, the brake side's actually fairly easy. So there we go. I'll talk to them later. Please keep redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment. And Hooptie Murray is slowly coming back to life.